here on the slide, I'm using the Deloitte reporting, and we can see where companies are planning to invest mostly in cybersecurity market. So we can see the leading areas will be the governance, cyber monitoring, and resilience. And the red highlighted columns are the ones we believe that Netwrix has got a good story to tell. So it's the areas of the third-party management, regulatory compliance, and the enterprise cyber reporting. So we can look at this data in a bit different way of the budget allocations. And we can see that data security is the top for the investment areas. So we at Netwrix believe that we are in one of the hottest markets. And the problem we are aiming to solve nowadays is that we believe that data is the most valuable corporate asset of most kindly any kind of business. So it's important that you protect your financial documents, healthcare records, business plans, or even cookie recipes, if it's your business critical asset. And we see today that the exponential growth of data, and as per Gartner, 70% of organizations, they admit that managing large volumes of data has become the top concern. Also, we see that number of breaches has increased day by day in mass media. And what's important is that as per one of the forecasts, last year companies have spent something like $120 billion for cybersecurity products. And this number is expected to grow by 1 trillion by 2021. So again, we believe that with our solution, we are in a hot market, and companies are going to increase their security spendings a lot. And what's the DCAP, Data Center Code Protection market, and why we are aiming there? So maybe it's easy to blame the skillfulness of the attackers, but actually per IBM 101 report, the extract you see on the slide, it's believed that last year, half of the breaches was caused by the internal attacks versus the external ones. And what we see on the slide is that it took on average 200 days to investigate the breach that did happen. And the importance of the DCAP solutions here is that we actually help you to reduce the data exfiltration window. The quicker you can reduce this window, the better will be the financial impact for your business. So what we are trying to do is to help you to save your business and your money. So Netwrix has got experience for 13 years in mostly change auditing, and our headquarters has always been in California. Globally, we have more than 10,000 customers, and during all of these years, we have won really lots of industry awards, and we have been highly recognized by the market, most in US and EMEA, but we are planning to invest in emerging markets a lot. That's why we're here. So all of these customers, no matter what verticals they are from, we're helping them to secure their data, pass compliance audit with less effort and expense, to fulfill their data management, data security, and IT management goals. And last year, we have acquired a company named Content Searching. This is a UK company, and this enabled us to provide a data security platform, which can help us to be really extremely accurate with data discovery and classification and tagging. And Sergey is going to show how it actually works. So I'm often being asked why we should prefer Netwrix versus the competitive solutions. And what I like to use is to point at our strengths. And the first one and foremost is our fast time to value. So we're able to install Netwrix and begin gathering the reports and information valuable in the afternoon. That's not typically what our competitors can do, and many of the customers, they're telling me that after months they don't see the value of the vendor they purchased, and that's not our case. So the software purchasing is usually a small component of the project. So you know that it's a massive investment for the implementation and managing. And all of this mentioned, like high precision of our data discovery, our agent-less architecture, the broad coverage of the IT system we audit and discover, our free add-ons and integrations, which Sergey is going to show you also, and the first-class support. They are all there to eliminate this financial impact you have when you are starting using the new software. So we're helping you to get the better return on your investments. So Netwrix is a data security platform which can help you to identify sensitive, regulated, and mission-critical information, regardless of where this information is stored. It can help you to minimize the risk of the breach or make the impact less if it happened, unfortunately, and ensure that you are compliant with really lots of compliances. So here you can see which systems we can add with Netwrix and what with Netwrix on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, the systems of data discovery and classification. Sergey is going to show more of this. And how we can actually help you to solve your data security challenges. So using data-centric approach, first we need to identify where your sensitive data is and to make sure that it's in a secure place and it isn't at risk somehow, we will show you. Secondly, once we have identified where the sensitive data is, we need to perform certain actions to protect that. So hopefully Sergey will be able to show how our automated quarantine works, how we can help you to adjust the access to this sensitive data. And yes, the third challenge is to detect whom is accessing this data and why. Are they changing anything? And maybe there is some behavior anomaly going on behind this. We will be able to show you that as well. And unfortunately, incidents are inevitable. So once something has happened, we might want to react very quickly. Netwrix can help you to do that and reduce the time for the incident investigation. And lastly, we can help you to perform your recovery plans. And based on Netwrix reporting, you may analyze maybe there is something wrong with your security strategy, so you can adjust that. By staying on top of these 5 challenges, we can help you to improve, maintain, and achieve data regulations with less efforts and expense. And using GDPR as an example, and I know that in Serbia you will have soon in August your own GDPR, so we are we can help you with your national regulation as well. And firstly, we can help you to evaluate how accurate your data security controls are. So maybe your written security controls are different from what's actually happening. So we can help you to see that and maybe change something before auditors can see that and you will get fined. Secondly, we can help you to save time on compliance preparation and audits. And as per our feedback from customers, we may save you weeks or even months of manual work. And maybe during even the audit, you can use interactive search of Netwrix and you can just really get the information in a few seconds. Thirdly, as per GDPR, you should be able to comply with data subject requests. So any individuals, they have got right to access to their personal data, and with Netwrix you can easily get this access and again be compliant. And fourthly, with Netwrix, we will be able to store in compressed format the audit trial for 10 and more years. This is usually the amount of years which is required by many regulations for the data to be stored. And one of the used examples of how Netwrix actually helped one of our customers, and this customer is a non-profit organization. If you want to see the full interview, you may use our website, and it's by the tab of success stories, where our customers have shared the experience of using Netwrix. So this particular customer, they interfered in non-profit business. They do provide access for the leisure centers like gyms for their community members. So they do store lots of personal data, like driving license, healthcare records, etc. So they are definitely subject to GDPR, and they need to prove that they are compliant. They have more than 1.5 million folders and subfolders, and their challenge is that they have limited IT staff and limited finance because they're non-profit. Also, they needed to be compliant with data subject requests, as I mentioned in the previous slide. So after the interview, what they have stressed is that they gained the first of optimized data discovery and classification of sensitive data. So Netwrix quickly scanned all the data which is considered to be sensitive by GDPR. They had no idea where the sensitive data is before the discovery. And once they made sure that this data is in a secure place and only management has got access to that, that was the first step. Secondly, they received the ongoing auditing of activity around this sensitive data. So now IT manager is alerted when something suspicious is going on with the sensitive data. And thirdly, they accelerated the search of regulated information. So by this data subject request challenge, they have estimated that they would need 2 weeks of manual work by 4 IT specialists to fulfill this data subject request. And with Netwrix, it took them a few clicks to get the reports. Also, they have calculated that it would cost them to hire this for IT guys somewhat like £80,000. And as a non-profit organization, they could not afford that. So, yeah, if you are interested, please use our website to see how we help our customers, because many customers, they have different issues, and we're aiming to help different challenges. So now Sergey will talk more about the architecture, and this is our demo at 2 o'clock. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Sergey, and I'm an engineer in Netwrix, Presales engineer, so I'll be telling more about the technical part of this solution. At this slide, you see a structural scheme of the solution. Actually, now it consists of 2 separate but integrated parts. The left one shows you the audit solution. So this part is responsible for everything that is related to permissions, to access rights, etc., etc. And we mostly support 13 applications that are available out of the box. We try to use native auditing capabilities of this solution, so Netwrix auditor can work without agents, which is important. And it practically adds no additional load to the systems it monitors. On the right-hand side, you see a solution that performs data discovery and classification. Because, as Evgenia told, data is the most valuable asset, and all this audit is needed just to protect the data. So Netwrix data discovery module, it discovers what is stored in the hard drive or in other devices, other data sources. It detects personal information or information that should be protected according to different compliance regulations, and provides you a report in a human-readable format, so you can see file paths on a file share and categories of information that is stored in these locations. And together with auditing part, you can apply different internal policies. You can check the rights to access those files. You can see which users can access those files and with what permissions, etc., etc. And Netwrix also can be integrated into your global security system with our RESTful API. The API is free of charge, so we do not license the API. And it can be bidirectional, so you can connect to Netwrix any application that is that writes its own logs, but not integrated into out-of-the-box scope of Netwrix supported applications. And also it can upload data to third-party solutions like SIEM solutions or some IT workflow management solutions. So you could check the results of Netwrix work in other applications. And we also provide you with so-called add-ons that are available on our website. Those are free plugins that can be connected to Netwrix via the API, and you can freely download them, change anything in them, and adopt those to your needs. At 2 o'clock I will be talking about Netwrix data discovery and classification solution, and we'll try to show you how we identify information in different data sources and how we can process and protect this information. Thank you.